All right, we're going to start off with the big boys. You can see we got Stevie Stroud out there and his Blake and Ronnie, his pit crew. Right behind him, you see Daniel Stragan out of Alberta, his pit crew there, rear engine machine, the paddle trucks. These are loud, these are fast. Yesterday, Steve ran a 2-1, a 2-1-5-3, I believe. This paddle class is sponsored by, the trophies for paddle class, sponsored by Albion Tire Limited. So thanks to the guys at Albion Tire. For tires and more, see the friendly folks at Albion Tire. Oh man, Beach Boys. Now check it out, folks. They've got remote battery pack and a remote starter. The starter is heavy, their batteries are heavy, so they don't run either on board. It's got a magneto for ignition, a small alarm battery for the electronics. All right. All right, good to loud. Another 2-1, a 2-1-8-3 by Stevie Stroud, the shootout. Woo! Nice. All right, there it is, the Danish Dragon. Steve Anderson out of St. Albert, Alberta. There it is, a 2-1-44. He needed that, folks. A 2-1-4-4. Nicely done by Steve Anderson out of St. Albert, Alberta. Hey, go say it one more time. All right, this is Jesse the Mad Boy Manu. I'm again sorry, folks, for my. I'm not usually known for silence. Yeah, a 2.614, so we definitely improved. He ran a 2.7 yesterday, then a 2.699. There's Mike Vandermeer. Michael Vandermeer in over the limit. Like again, he's got a big block. He's got lots of horsepower, 454 with nitrous, but no blower. What a difference maker.
Well, I'm guessing that transmitter is still not working.
All right, Michael Vandermeer. A 3877, not too shabby. Like again, he's building the big bad boy motor for next year. Junior 1, we've got almost an outlaw, Cheyenne Davies. This is David and Leanna Davies' daughter, Cheyenne, in a little 2022 Polaris Razor 200. All these junior racers, folks, this is the future of our race. Now, it won't look very fast from where you're sitting, but these kids' minds and hearts are going hundreds and hundreds of miles an hour. So Cheyenne, what did Cheyenne run yesterday? She's clocking a 10.287 today. She ran a 9.9 and a 7.9. Snake Tongue, Ryland Humphrey. Little Polaris 150. Now, look, I don't know if you guys can see how small these kids are. Most of these kids are preschoolers, okay? Keep it in perspective. Think about this. Can't read, can't write, doesn't know what math is, could not feed himself, but he drives a race car. Actually, I just described a lot of adult mud racers too. A 10.159, so it looks like the track slowed down a bit today. Try and take a ride. Look at the size of that guy. This is Aria driving Ruby. Sponsored by Davies Off-Road Racing. Now, Aria yesterday ran a 7.0 and a 6.6. That thing was just flying. Oh, yeah. She's all business. Whoa. A 7.584. Good job by Aria. Now, her name's Aria, but she always does a joke on the sign-up sheet. Today, she put her last name as Sirius. I'm supposed to say Aria Sirius, but I didn't fall for it. Brookie the horn! All right, let's go with the horn. Good, good. All right, Brookie's still in the Dukes of Hazzard horn. Now, Brookie yesterday ran, what did she run? An 8.2 and a 7.0. Can she clock a 7.0? Look at that, eh? Wrist restraints, all the safety stuff, hand throttle. Oh, yeah. Hey, Brookie! Oh. She's picking up speed, she's picking up speed. Oh, it's hitting the power band. An 8.091, good job by Brookie Stroud. In the meantime, we got the farm buggy. Kaylee Hopkins, that's her dad. That's her big brother on the starting line there. That's her father right behind her. Her big brother, we call him B-Hop. He used to be a junior champ. Now, Kaylee wants to thank her brother B-Hop for handing down his buggy and for all his help. The farm buggy, Kaylee Hopkins. Kaylee ran a 5.6 and a 6.3 yesterday. What she got? She's got a 7.1. So the track is slowed down a little bit today. So Crisis, next up Crisis, driven by Cohen Vandermeer. 1983 Honda Odyssey. Big thanks to Grandpa and Brenda for allowing him to race. Now, what did Cohen run yesterday? He ran a 7.4 and a 6.8. He's out of here. So a 7.8. Again, that might be his throwaway. David and Leanna Davies' son. At the starting line, waiting patiently, number 8, Wesley Vandermeer in Fire Tires. 84 Honda wants to thank Top Notch Drainage and Whoa Racing. That's his uncle Eric.
He ran a 6.7 and a 7.0. Oh, he's got one going here, folks. He's got something cooking.
Yes, sir, he does. So a 7.0 again, a 7.023. So it looks like Wesley's the only guy to speed up so far today. Now this thing isn't really made for this, folks. They're just out here having fun. These guys, this is the Danish Dragon team here. Rear engine big boy car and a rear engine junior dragster. It's got paddles on it. It runs on methanol. It makes a good amount of horsepower. It's just that, you know, it's dragging the bottom most of the way. It's not really designed for what we're doing. But hey, he's still having fun, right, DJ? DJ Barak. Not bad, right down the middle. A 6.766 for DJ. 6.766. In the meantime, we've got Blair Fawcett in the Blackbird, little Honda Odyssey. Now you recognize the vehicle. She's obviously borrowed it. It's on loan. Now what did Blair run in Little Bird yesterday? She ran a 7.0 and a 7.3. Let's see if she can get into the 6s maybe. A 7.1, not bad. She'll throw away that 7.3 and turn it to a 7.1. 7.185 to be exact. Annika Crawford, again, you recognize the vehicle. This is Aria's vehicle, the Ruby Rocket. She wants to thank Renee Vandermeer for all the help. Now she ran, Annika yesterday ran a 6.7 and a 7.3. Can she toss that 7.3 and turn it to something better?
Oh yeah, she's out of here. She's in a hurry. No messing around.
Oh yeah, 6.602. She's gonna throw that 7.3 in the garbage. But you'll see this display boards momentarily stop. They're logging the time in the computer here. Then they pick up where they left off. They're not malfunctioning.
So watch, it'll stop right here. Blink, then it'll go again. Then it'll stop right there. Blink, then go again. And blink, stop forever.
A 6.725. Good job. Good job. The last guy was Kinsley Vandermeer, by the way. I was talking about the timing system. Forgot to mention his name. Kinsley. Well, I can't see around the corner. I thought I heard Austin running. Perhaps I didn't. Oh no, there he is. There he is. Now Rodney's just taking his time. He wants a piece of Austin. He wants this side-by-side BC Alberta challenge. From Rimby, Alberta, Rodney Hollingsworth. I got some Rodney Hollingsworth cards up here I'll give away later on to the kids. There's the down and dirty Austin Brienne. Now this should be a good side-by-side drag race, folks. Oh yeah, the kid, he's ready to go. Now yesterday, Austin ran a killer 2.924. They both ran 3.0s. Yeah. This is going to be good, folks. All right, timers are ready. Another pair of 2.9s. Holy moly, these guys are on fire. Good job by both those drivers. That was some side-by-side classic mud racing action with two fast hot rods. There goes Proud Papa, Lee Brienne.
Thank you, guys.
Now this is Ian Brewster in the Candy Apple Red Honda Civic called Civic Duty. He's running solo because his running partner Gerald has requested solo. Out of Mission, British Columbia, Ian Brewster in Civic Duty. Now Ian ran yesterday, he ran a 4.1 and a 3.6. Oh, still, he pedaled it twice and still got a 389. He would have had one cooking there if he didn't have to pedal it. But hey, he kept it in bounds. Like I said, getting a time is more important than being a hot. Good looking 79 Ford. This is Gerald Stern. Now I didn't mention, I'll mention Ian's sponsors here in a second. Gerald sponsored by Hillbilly Mud Racing, Albion Tire, J. Brown Metalworks, Wire Crosser Electric, Warden Automotive, TNT Mission, and Full Force Fabrication. Gerald Stern, the grandpa of mud racing. This guy's been racing forever, folks. He used to race with a guy named Flintstone. That's how long he's been doing it. Big block Ford with dual carbs and velocity stacks. Oh, baby, nothing says old school like velocity stacks. On a couple of carburetors. A 5079. Now, what did Gerald run yesterday? All right. This is Black and Blue Knights. This is Renee Stern, Gerald's granddaughter. Sponsored by Hillbilly Mud Racing Team, Warden Automotive, Albion Tire, Wire Crosser Electric, Reliable Towing, TNT Mission, J. Brown Metalworks, Steve's Towing out of Clinton, BC. Special thanks to Bruce and Drew at Full Force and Graham Hawkins and Mudhawk. This is a lady driver, folks. A young lady, Renee Stern. In Black and Blue Knights, she's going against Aaron Brewster, another young fella. This is Ian Brewster's son. This is Aaron Brewster in a 67 Chevy with the cool flames. Wants to thank his dad, Ian, Jaden Hartman, Heather Brewster, sponsored by Tastefully Savvy Customs and Dayton Detailing Services. A young lady and a young fella, gonna go head to head here. Wow, taking care of business, Aaron Brewster with a 4011. A resident cool guy, Dougie Jewell in the Jewel Digger. Dougie Jewell is a 49 Chevy, sponsored by Mudhawk Motorsports and Lordco. You hear Lordco's name a lot these days. Lordco has really stepped up and sponsors a lot of guys nowadays, which is way cool. Going against the judge out of Alexis Creek, British Columbia. This is Vaughn. Vaughn catch aside. Normally Richard drives, it's his son Vaughn driving it. 72 Triumph Spitfire. Going against the 49 Chevy pickup. Now you see all the chalk on the side of Doug Jewell's machine? A 4284 for Doug Jewell. Nicely done. And, well, self-explanatory. The judge is not running very well. So Dougie ran, yesterday he ran, what did he run? A 4.35 and a 4.37. Now he ran a 4.2, so you don't want to toss that 4.2. And, of course, the judge, you could hear it wasn't running very well from the get-go. So he'll get a distance. Short wheelbase Subaru powered Ivan the Terrible and the Flippin' Crapinator. He does things his own way, does Ivan. Short wheelbase, microscopic Subaru engine on tons of nitrous. He's a Subaru mechanic. He has a shop in Vernon. Sponsored by Ivan's Imports, that's his shop. He wants to thank Ricky Blackwell's parents and Ricky herself for all the help. Going against a lady driver, Jen Joint in Misunderstood. She's got a couple little Barbie dolls on the front of that thing. You can see them on the hood. She wants to thank Shane and Chad and Ivan for all the help. She's sponsored by Al's Auto Repair out of Rosedale, Longhorn Fencing out of Williams Lake, Loose Change Customs out of Chilliwack, and again, Lordco. Thanks to Lordco. Also sponsored by Dave's Towing and Joe Joint Ventures. She wants to thank Chad Piper and Keaton Powell for all the help. Lady driver. Oh, she gave him the lead and then reeled him back in.
I gotta start with that. Let's go, take my own cable out. Take my own cable.
All right, we got the tractor class. We got some big machines coming at you now, folks. This is a husband and wife race team. This is heavy metal Jordan Keeneker on the spectator side, and his wife Krista Humphrey in the ball breaker. She's running a big block with a 2-speed power glide. Holly Sniper fuel injection on this thing. Now, she usually beats her husband Jordan, and she actually puts little comments on her sheet about that. Not today, Krista, not today. Jordan Keeneker with a 5.419 and a 6.0. A 6.0, he beat you by a second and a half. I mean, 0.6 of a second, I'm trying to say. Sponsored by Marco Insulation. Going against Chris Fawcett in Harry Canary. Okay, Marty got a 4.412, a 5.5 for Chris Fawcett. Now we got another husband and wife team. Another husband and wife. We got the president of Northwest Mud, Leanna Davies in Hell on Heels in the purple vehicle, going against her husband Dave Davies in Just Another Outlaw. They're both sponsored by Western Canadian Rockwell, Northwest Suspension, and Davies Off-Road Racing. Husband and wife, they're fast, they're loud, they're cool dudes. Pretty loud. Oh, a close race. A 4.218 for Leanna, and Dave Goddard with a 4.005. Now we got two more hot rods coming at you. We got Steve Wirtz in Rowdy in the tower side, my side here. Sponsored by BS Racing on a Prince George. Going against Eric Vandermeer and Just One More. Eric sponsored by Top Notch Drainage, Albion Tire, and DJB Excavation. Little 383 stroker in this Just One More. It's actually a pretty fast little truck. It doesn't look like much, but you watch. Yeah, you know, every time I say something nice about a guy, that happens. I think I jinx him. Both those guys had their throwaway passes. A 7.188 for Eric and a 6.371 for Steve Wirtz. This is the Kraken Len Tour. It's an 84 Chevy. He was sponsored by Tim's Trailer Repairs, OK Tire, TFB Customs. Special thanks to Jordan Keeneker, our equipment operator, guy who runs that big heavy metal. Going against Brian Barkhausen, Whiskey Girl, a 64 Chevy K10, sponsored by Legacy Metal Finishes and Acme Cutting and Coring. So what happened yesterday? We had the Kraken ran a 6.8 and a 5.8. Whiskey Girl ran a 7.6 and a 6.9. Now, see, it is muddier than you think. A 7402 and a 10191. Running quite fast. Sponsored by A&J Roofing. There's A&J again. Ken's Marine and Silver Fox Hot Shot Services. Going against the big green Booger, it's called. Alex McAbee. Sponsored by Bart's Muffin Stuff and Sasquatch Off-Road. Now, Alex turned 30 yesterday. It was his birthday yesterday, Alex McAbee's. So what did the Booger run? The Booger yesterday ran a 5.5 and a 5.4. And Bad Habit ran a 4.7 and a 4.4. Let's see if they can better the times today. All right. Alex McAbee in the Booger. Austin Smith in the Bad Habit. They're going to go green any second. A 4.831 for Austin in Bad Habit and a 5.591. A 5.591 for Alex McAbee in the Booger. Two more big Chevys coming at you. We got the Redneck Runaway, the red one. The Chevy Silverado, sponsored by High Five Earthworks and King of the Oilfield Welding. Going against Independence. This is Marie Weisbeck. Now, normally Ricky Blackwell drives Independence. She's letting her sister have a go at it. They're double classing. This is Marie's. Well, it's her third pass. She made 2 yesterday, so it's her third pass. She can get a little bit better each pass. Now, what did they run yesterday? She ran Independence, ran a 7.0 and a 6.5. And Redneck Runaway ran a 6.7 and a 7.2. A 7.157 for Marie and 11.4. Now clearly, it would appear to me there's something wrong with that transmission. It was making RPM, but it was not spinning the tires. And that little Toyota there, this is Oliver Beneke, a Toyolette 2.0, sponsored by Kerry Pickard Services out of Edson, Alberta. He hails from Yellowhead County. Going against fellow Albertan out of Pickardville, Alberta, Dean Card in the Bog Hog 2, a 53 Ford. Now, Ollie was fast yesterday. Ollie had a couple in the 4s, I believe. He had a 4.4 and a 5.1, and Bog Hog had a 5.4 and a 5.2. So let's see if he can improve on that 5.4. Ollie means business. A 4.572 for Ollie. He'll keep that one. A 6.328 for Dean Card in the Bog Hog. So it's a real racing family. His little sister races in junior still. Blair Fawcett. She'll be graduating to a real car next year herself. Now this thing does not have the killer motor with the killer tune-up. The guy's just 14 years old. This is his first year racing a real car, just getting seat time. Yesterday he had a little bit of a fire, but obviously they got that all sorted out. This is Colby Fawcett in Lilburd. Now he's running solo because he's a brand new racer. We always run new racers solo, so the one behind him is be a solo as well. A 5.863 and no fire this time. Nice job by Colby. What did Colby run yesterday? Now another first-year racer. She was a junior last year. This is Isabella Vandermeer. They call her Bella in Hell's Bells. Sponsored by Albion Tireland, Hillbilly Mud Racing, Gary's Auto Wrecking, J. Brown Metalworks, and her uncle Eric Vandermeer. Now, she hit that little bump there. I think her foot fell off the gas is what happened there. A 5071. This is Cale Bath in the spectator lane in the 8 runner. That's a Toyota 4Runner with a V8. And then going against Robert Russell in the Boneyard. 2002 Chevy with a little spray bomb paint job. An 8001 for Cale and a 7793. That 81 Chevy Scottsdale. This is Ricky Blackwell. She hails out of Kelowna, BC, sponsored by Extreme Machines Customs, our man Dano Wishart. Going against Austin Smith in Back in Black. Now, you recognize the name Austin. He's running 2 vehicles here. Sponsored by A&J Roofing, Ken's Marine, and Silver Fox Hot Shot Services. That's the black Chevy nearest to you guys over there, spectators. And the black Chevy nearest to me is lady driver Ricky Blackwell. Also, shout out to Ricky Blackwell's parents. They're very active in the Northwest Motor Racing Association Club. They are very helpful guys. Her dad built those number stakes for us. Hats off to you guys, to Ricky's parents. A 6163 for Austin Smith and a 6949. The next 2 class, we've got the Whiskey Girl, driven this time by, I believe it's Tabby Marcos. A couple of lady drivers here, and we got Christina McCarthy driving the Kraken. Sponsored Tim Trailer Repairs, OK Tires, TFB Customs. Special thanks to Jordan Keenecker. Whiskey Girl, sponsored by Legacy Metal Finishes and AMEC Cutting and Coring. Big thanks to Brian. Whiskey Girl Tabby says, big thanks to Brian for making it happen and creating a family legacy. Brian's her husband, of course. The Whiskey Girl, 64 Chevy going against the big black Kraken. A couple of lady drivers here, folks. A 9444. So that's a 9 with a double Todd Bertuzzi on the end. And a 10048. This is Owen in big red. Sponsored by Pat's Driveline, Sunrise Ford and 100 Mile House. Wants to thank Nicole for all the time and effort spent getting here ready to race. He hails out of Lone Butte, BC. Nice looking 91 Jeep YJ. 38.5 inch tires. Now he's out of here. A 6712. Yeah, he's got the little Suzuki Samurai with a TD engine. Hopefully you can hear it over this behind me here, but he'll hit 9,000 or 10,000 RPM all day with this thing. Perfect. Just no mercy for that poor little motor. A 5505. And again, a little slower than yesterday, so he may want to throw that away. But like I said, I'm repeating myself, but it's 3 out of 4. It's possible we might have to end up keeping that time. By the way, that street modified class was brought to you by Rocco's Diner out of Mission, British Columbia. Good home cooking. I've eaten down there many times back in the day when I lived down the coast. Rocco's has been around for like 50 or 60 years. Now we got the hill and hole, folks. This is pretty self-explanatory. It's a timed event, but we give away a bonus trophy at the end of the weekend for best air, which the way we gauge that is by crowd reaction and by just, what we see it, we talk about at the end. This is Jordan Keenecker in heavy metal in the hill and hole. Again, it's a timed event, but most of these guys, they just care about the big air. So let's see what Jordan's got for you folks here. Nice. Nice. Now see, it's a front engine. You see how the nose drops down with the front engine like that when he jumps? In the meantime, we'll run somebody else. That somebody else being Jordan's wife, Krista. Again, front engine again. So let's see, watch how this thing lands. Okay, so you guys are wondering, a hot chick driving a mega truck? Guess what, guys? She's a welder. Krista Humphrey in Ballbreaker. Uh-oh. Installed. Now, I was talking to Krista earlier. She's got this Holly Sniper fuel injection on there that's been giving her some kind of trouble. Nice suspension, but you see how it lands nose down? But watch how much flatter it lands because of the rear engine configuration. Dave Davies sponsored by Northwest Suspension, as well as Western Canadian Rockwell. Yeah, baby. That's the jump of the day right there so far, folks. A 4.658, also pretty quick time to boot. That's the fastest time in the class this weekend, and that's easily the biggest jump. That was his fastest pass, says AJ. Now comes his wife, Leanna Davies, president of the Northwest Mud Racing Association. Now she's got to run something in the fours, and she's got to get some big air. So let's see, again, rear engine. Oh. We got an issue here. Hang on. It's okay. Now you saw the red flag over here. We had a little timer thing. It's all fixed up. A 4.4, a nice pass, a 4.432. However, that's the fastest. But however, I feel Dave got a bigger air. All right, Chris Forrest and Rowdy. Now yesterday, now that's clearly that we're talking about the front engine nose down deal. A 6.200, not too bad. That's a decent air. Any faster, I think it would have flipped over forward. I mean, that thing was dropping the nose hard. So now we're going to the street class. We've got Chad in the Jagerbuster 2 and that Bronco in the spectator side here. Wants to thank Dr. Frank and Harris Road Chiropractor for keeping him walking. 87 Ford Bronco going against the Zombie Moose, sponsored by Big Time Motors, Lordco Extreme Machines, Alder Steel, Bubba's Speed Shop, Titanium Duplicolor, North Island Tree Service. Special thanks Darren Davis and Debbie Urin. This is Ashley Davis. See that, folks? Let me rehearse this. She's got her own cheer. Watch this. Ashley Davis. I can do this all day. Ashley Davis. Come on, Ashley. Oh, she was gaining on him. A 7.265 for Chad Cohen in the Jagerbuster. And a 7.941 for Ashley Davis. I caught him there. I caught him snoozing. And that black Chevrolet in Fun Over 50. Wade comes all the way from Houston, BC. Sponsored by Sullivan Motor Products, Northwest Fuels, Peterbilt out of Houston, and of course Lordco. There's Lordco again. Going against Robert Russell in the Boneyard. Double classing. Oh, a nice tight pass. 6.834 for Robert Russell and 6.990 for Wade Uberman. Now, again, the track has slowed down in jump. Now this, my man, if you guys check out our color posters, I'll tell you more about that in a second. This guy in the spectator side there, this is Curtis Rickaby, that 75 Blazer. He made the cover of our poster. She's going up. He's going. That's a Redneck Cadillac, sponsored by John Vernon Grading. Out of Chilliwack and Precision Pumps and Services out of Abbotsford. going against Daryl Paul, that big 85 GMC Stepside. He doesn't have a name for his truck. Yeah, nice pass by Daryl Paul, 5902. That one. Now this is Richard Larson in the Jeep in backup, sponsored by Larson's Towing Recovery out of Powell River, BC. They took 2 ferries to get here and drove the Coquihalla and drove the Nightmare, that is the Vancouver Corridor traffic, going against Justin Price and Relentless. Relentless with a 6065. Relentless sponsored by RX Wood Industries and Lordco, and an 8823 for Mr. Larson in backup. Now we got a local guy. This is Arnold Merrill in the Green Machine out of Valemount, BC, going against Sam Jones in Pirates Ship. I have to say that very slowly. Pirates Ship. Sponsored by Thunder Valley Contractors, Sammy J's Contracting, and High Five Earthworks. In your little flat, not your atypical race car, a flat deck Chevy with dual stacks. But hey, they're out here just doing it. You can get into mud racing at a pretty economical level. This is a case in point right here, folks. They're just out here having fun. And in their class, they're still competitive. Arnold, sponsored by Ptarmigan Towing out of Valemount, BC. They're out of here. Now see, when he dropped the gear there, he picked up a lot of speed. A lot of guys try this in high range or high gear, starting second, and you got to get the wheel speed going. An 8665 for Sam Jones in Pirates Ship, and an 8103 for Arnold Merrill in the Green Machine. This is our man B-Hop, Brad Hawk. That's his dad standing beside him at the line there in the Crazy Ranger. Hopkins Roofing, KBC Farms are his sponsors. That Blue Ranger, he says that this is for his uncle Jesse, going against Derek Backman and Bruce. He calls his Jeep Bruce, sponsored by Kingston Construction Limited. Bruce was the shark in Finding Nemo. It took me a long time to figure that out. And they're out of here. Bruce has got the lead. Oh, B-Hop. Go on, B-Hop. There's mud in that mud. See, I think he did it too. I think he tried to go in high gear, and it didn't work. A 10-2-2-0 for Brad Hopkins, and a 7-5-2-8 for Mr. Backman and Bruce. We'll have a little intermission. This is Jacqueline Larson in backup, that 94 Jeep, sponsored by Larson Towing and Recovery out of Powell River. Like I say, these guys drove a long ways, took 2 ferries. Very, very committed. Very glad to have them. Glad they made the trip. What did Jacqueline run? An 8805. An 8805 for Jacqueline Larson. Now, what did she run earlier? A 6.8 and a 6.6. So, yeah, again, this track has slowed down. You saw it caught Brian Hopkins in that Ranger, caught him way off guard. He definitely was launching in second gear, and he had to drop a gear.
Well, we are here at the Canoe Mountain Rodeo grounds for the annual NWMRA Northwest Mud Racing Association mud drag races, and we're here with Stuart Whiteman, who is the track announcer for the races and a long-time member of NWMRA. Stuart, welcome back to Valemount.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man. Look around, man. It's just a beautiful place. Weather's been really good. The breeze has been going for steady, keeping the heat down a little bit. Yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks, landowner Bob, here for putting this race on.
Yeah, you bet. Well, we love to have this event here, and one of the reasons we do is because it's got something for everybody in the family. It's got something for kids. It's got something for older people. And why do you think it's important NWMRA does that, especially with the kids?
Well, I mean, you've seen our junior class race. I mean, they're not lightning fast like the big boys, but you know, in their hearts and minds, they are. I mean, they're racing. They're doing it. We got 4 and 5 year olds that, if you think about it, they're preschoolers. They can't read or write, but they got race cars. It is the growth. It's the future of our sport. It is when you get your kids involved in something. It's the kids love it. Kids love it when their dad races anyways, or mom races anyways. Now the kids are racing. We've had several kids grow from the junior ranks right into real deal race cars. We've got 2. We got Bella Vandermeer and we've got Colby Fawcett. They're 14 years old. That's our limit for racing in the mud. So They bought up some old used up mud racing cars and get them resurrected, and now they're racing the real deal stuff. So we've watched these kids come from preschoolers to race car drivers. So,
Right,
yeah,
so
it's super important. It is the future of our sport, these kids.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of funny because some of them are so small they can't even tie their own shoes, but
Yep.
they're driving.
No, they can't. Tires can't read or write. They don't know what math is, but they got race cars.
One of the other things that's interesting about this is the competitions and the matchups here, and we're standing in front of a couple of trucks here. Tell us about it and why it's interesting.
Well, these two bad boys behind me. Oh, there's Aria hiding behind the tire. Hi, Aria. This is a husband and wife team. The purple truck, Hell on Heels. That's Leanna Davies. She's the president of Northwest Mud Racing Association. That's her machine over there. It's her husband, Dave. Husband and wife team. Leanna's sister also has a mega truck, and her husband, Jordan, as well. So we got a couple of husband and wife teams. We also have Chris and Eleanor, Harry Canary, Fawcett. They're a husband and wife race team. They take turns driving. We've got their kids. Colby's in the race car now. Blair's still in the junior class. So yeah, it's a total family affair around here for sure.
Yeah,
Dave and Leanna's son and daughter both racing juniors.
It was kind of fun. I just ran into somebody who's just moved to Valemount this year, and she says, "Oh wow, this is such a great event." She says, "I'd like to do it." I says, "Well, why don't you?" She says, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, they have a street class. You could probably register for it and do it."
Yeah, no, this is. Well, I mean, there's some very expensive vehicles around here. Fair enough, but we've always sort of sold this sport as something you can get into quite economically. You can get an old pickup truck, strip it down a little bit, and it starts there, and you can get into A class or a street class or whatever. Myself, I started with an old stock Jeep back in the late 80s, and then it was like the addiction to racing took over, and I ended up with a blown alcohol paddle car, but the whole gambit. Now I'm the announcer. But yeah, no, it's you can get in quite cheap. What you would really love if you became a member of our club or just to follow the mud racing circuit in general, what you would love the most is the camaraderie amongst the guys here. We got a guy here, the paddle class from Alberta, Danish Dragon, got a flat tire and broke his rim. So a guy from the same class, the Bandit, Jack and Jesse, they're going to loan him a tire to make his pass. They're going to do a quick tire change and put the tire back on his car so he can make his pass. He's lending a tire to a guy in his class. If he doesn't give him a tire, he can beat him in the race. He's going to give him a tire. That's how it goes. There's so much camaraderie here and so much brotherhood. We are like a gypsy family. It's a different town every race. And if you joined up, you could get in pretty cheap and you'll love the people.
Right. Well, let's talk about give a little bit of background about NWMRA. So, how many races do you do a year?
Generally, 5's our number. We lost the track in Kamloops due to the pipeline. There's no politics. Just he's using it for a laydown yard, so we'll get that track back. That'd be 5. So this year we're going to have 4. But even 4 is a lot of work. But 5 seems to be our magic number. We've had seasons where we've really pumped it. We've had 8 or 9 races, and guys can't make them all. It's just we all have day jobs and stuff. You know what I mean? To go racing every weekend is difficult, especially if you break your car and stuff like that. So we have 1 in 2 weeks in Chilliwack, and then 2 weeks more for that at 100 Mile House.
Right.
That'll round out. That'll be number 4. We had 100 Mile to start the season, and of course we're here. So this is 4 races this year.
Sure.
We didn't start till we started in late July. So.
Oh, that's great. And you got guys from Alberta as well, right?
We got guys from Alberta. We also got a couple down here from Paul River. So, that's the first time I've ever met these guys. The Larsons from Paul River. Great husband and wife team there. You think about it, Paul River, they take the Saltry Bay ferry, they take the regular ferry down to Horseshoe Bay, then they deal with the Vancouver corridor, the nightmare that is the Vancouver corridor there, and then they drive the Coquihalla to get here. So then that's commitment. And there's no way, even if they won the race, they're not winning back their ferry fare. You know what I mean? So that's just the love of racing.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are quite a few lady drivers here as well. As you said, there's couples, but there's lady drivers here as well, and kids. So it is kind of a family affair, right?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Lady drivers, yeah, husband and wife teams. Yeah, we have the powder puff mechanics afterwards. We have a lot of the guys' wives or girlfriends will jump in, or just a buddy, the mechanic helping them out, jump in and take a pass at the end of the day. Yeah, it's a total family affair. And like I say, you watch those kids race, they actually will run that buggy, come back around and let their friend take a pass. So it's a family affair. It's also it's a friendly affair.
Yeah, I see that. They change the numbers and then somebody else jumps in the vehicle.
Yeah. These buggies, they work hard. But yeah. So no, like you said, it is a family affair. I can't stress it enough. We give out free colored posters at halftime. If you get one of those posters, take it out. Nice posters. We encourage people to walk around and get autographs from the guys and the drivers. And like I say, we got these junior kids that can't really read or write, sign an autograph, so it's pretty neat. So
It is fun. So let's back it up a little bit and tell people what this event actually is, because I try to explain it to people and they think it's it's monster trucks jumping over things. It's not that. There's a bunch of things going on here. So kind of give us a rundown of what the 2-day event is all about.
Well, its origins are just flat out mud racing. I mean, it's a sport. I guess it was born in the bush. You say mud racing and they conjure up a real grungy sort of redneck look, and it's not like that. These guys take their stuff very seriously. We're quite an organized group. It's mud racing, but we got the big boys racing, what we call the pro pits, just wet dirt. You got 3,000 horsepower machines. We got the hill and hole. We got these trucks, mega trucks. They're called jumping. At Harmount, we have a freestyle. We have more room. We have a freestyle course, and they do other jumps and donuts and stuff like that. So it's everything but monster trucks, really. Its origin is mud. All of our shirts and all of our hats and stuff say there's mud in our blood, and that's truth for every guy around here.
And one part of it is, for example, the F class, the big ones, and they're trying to go as fast as they can. Everybody's trying to go as fast as they can, but that's one person against the clock. But there's lots of head-to-head racing as well, right?
Yeah. Now, when you go side by side, you are still racing the clock. But yeah, the light goes green. The guys go out side by side, and they get their time. There is some great side by side racing. There's a lot of rivalries too with the side by side. Some guys. They may not come here to win the whole shooting match, but they ask to be paired up with one of their buddy or their partner, and it's a head-to-head rivalry. And you come around here on a Saturday night, that's all they're talking about. You know what I mean? So for these kids, it's not. They don't care who wins the class. They care if they beat their sister or their brother. You know what I mean? Or their buddy. So there's a lot of rivalry going on. A lot of heads up. You are racing the clock, but time is time, and side by side is side by side. You know what I mean? You're watching today. There's some really good side by side races.
Right, and there's 2 days, and there's 2 races per competitor per day, right? So they actually get 4 races.
Yeah, you get 4 passes. There's no qualifications. We race on Saturday and Sunday. At a drag strip, you do qualifications Saturday and then race Sunday. And if you lose that first pass, you're out. You're on the trailer. We race. It's a 3 out of 4 format. So you race 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday, no matter what. Which gives us the ability, if you break your car on Saturday, you can stay up all night. There's tons of guys here to help, loan your tools, loan your parts, and you can, boom, bam, you can be back in the hunt on Sunday. So that's the beauty of mud racing. You race both days, no matter what.
So it's a really good way, a good friendly kind of way for people to get into this sport, just from a spectator point of view, or as a competitor as well, right?
Yeah, no, it is. Like I said before, you can get in pretty cheap. Our club is a registered nonprofit society. We don't make a lot of money at this. We sell T-shirts and stuff like that. And the 100-mile race, we're the promoter. Here we're not the promoter. At Chilliwack we're not the promoter. No, we are the promoter at Chilliwack. I can't even remember. But anyways, either way, we're not making lots of money, but we are keeping this sport alive and well.
Yeah. And so, has it been a great weekend?
It's been a great weekend. The weather's been perfect. I'm from Kamloops. It's been smoked out down there pretty bad. Nice to see some blue sky up here in Valemount for sure. It's been a great weekend.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming, and we hope to see you back again next year.
Absolutely. You too, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. You bet.
Marty in Northern Voodoo. There's Jesse the Mad Boy Manu. Fire it up. This F class brought to you by Albion Tire Limited. For tires and more, see the friendly folks at Albion Tire. Yeah, nice job by Jesse the Mad Boy Manu. A 2.6, 4.1. He'll drop that 2.7 like a hot potato. So what's happening there is Blake is backing the motor off. These things pump in so much fuel, it's very easy to hydraulic these motors. So he's just any excess fuel in the cylinders, he's just pumping it out the exhaust pipes right now. You might see a little splash come out the pipes because of it. Standard procedure. There's the starter motor. He's plugging in the starter motor. Now, I don't know if that's a 24 or 36 volt, but it's a big boy starter. Got to wind the coupler in. You wind the coupler in, it mates to a coupler, the other half of a coupler on the pulley. And the snout of the blower, it'll decouple itself once it starts. You'll unplug the starter, unplug the batteries, and let the fun begin. Okay, boys, fire it up. Just like we rehearsed it. There it is. There it is. Now I told you, his motor is wounded. That smoke out of there. He's got a bad ring on one of his pistons. You know what? He came and talked to me about it. He says, Gary told him not to run it. He says, I'm running it. I'm running it, he says. And I'm telling you, folks, he doesn't even have to do this. He's just doing it because he's a cool guy. Look at the go sub 2-1, folks. Can he go sub 2-1? Uh-oh. He's not liking something. So there's the starter motor plugged back in. And you saw Blake squirt something in the hat, like I just prevent the possibility of a freeze up, frozen throttle. So here we go, try this again. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, it's on, folks, it's on. A 2204, decent. A 2204 with the shootout. Oh yeah, that's he's been fighting that car all weekend, man. Poor guy. But you know what? He let off at about the 80-foot mark and still cut a 3043. So Mike Vandermeij, again, he doesn't have the blower. He ran a 4.8, a 3.7, and a 3.8. He wants to lose that 4.8. Something in the threes for Mike Vandermeij coming your way, folks. Our evergreen. Whoa, that's not on purpose. Okay, remember, hit his kill switch. Hit the kill switch. Believe happened is it hit with a big shot of nitrous right off the starting line, which you're supposed to do, but he didn't have enough ignition to light it all, to consume it. So it just backfired up the manifold and out the top of the car it came. It's likely there's no damage, likely. It's likely you could probably run it without the nitrous. Of course, from where I'm sitting, all this stuff's really easy to say. Or just get towed away back from where you came, buddy. Top break, Mike. Top break, Mikey. This is Kinsley Vanderby, and keep them coming. So Kinsley has run a 6.7, a 7.3, and a 6.7. He wants to drop out that 7.3. He's even getting another 6.7 here. Again, folks, this is the future of our sport, these kids. They're organized, they're enthusiastic, and they're young. Holy cow, they're young. And like I say, in their hearts and minds, manual backup timers, you ready down there? Oh, Joanne's in the way. Okay, now we're ready. Now the sunlight, it's hard to see that light in the sunlight, so Matt will just tell these kids when to go. Oh, he slowed down a little there, let off at 7.6. So I believe he had a 7.7 that he'll toss and keep the 7.6. This is Annika Crawford in the Ruby Rocket. Wants to thank Renee Vanderby for all the help. Little 83 Honda Odyssey. You'll see Aria driving the same Ruby Rocket a little later in the same class. Okay, we're out of here. Annika Crawford. Now Annika she's run well, a 6.7, 7.3, a 6.6, and another 7.0. So she'll drop the 7.3 and keep a 7.0. Good job, Annika. A little Honda Odyssey, you'll see that thing doing rounds as well. Now Blair in Blackbird had 7.0, 7.3, 7.1. Can she drop that 7.3? Can she drop? Yeah, oh, a 7.9, no, so that'll be her throwaway right there. And DJ Barack in the Blue Dragon. A little methanol motor there. He wants to thank Grandma and Grandpa and Chad for all the help. We're ready up here. Now Steve's going to hold him back just a bit, give him a bit of a launch. 7.0, 7.5, and 6.7. Nice, Pat. He'll keep that 7.0 and drop to 7.5. Good job by DJ. Now we've got Wesley Vandermeer and Fire Tires, sponsored by Top Notch Drainage and Willa Racing. Now Fire Tires was doing pretty good. He ran 6.7, 7.0, and 7.0. He's on fire! He's on fire! A 6.9, good job. Sub 7 seconds, I'm trying to say. Good job. Here he goes, here he goes. Oh yeah, 7.2, he's dropping that 7.8. Now I hope someone explained to him that at some point you have to stop. These are just kids, folks. This must be Kaylee Hopkins and her big brother B-Hop doing the bicep flex for you folks. Check the guns on that kid, eh? Her brother, big brother Brian Hopkins, that's her dad there, Peter Hopkins. This is Kaylee Hopkins in the farm buggy. Wants to thank her sponsors Lordco and KBC Farms, as well as, of course, Hopkins Roofing. Her big brother B-Hop, he was a class champion. He was a junior class champion a couple years back. Now he runs the Ranger in the street mini class. Oh yeah, using the whole track with a 6.628. Nice job by Kaylee. Job now, here comes Brookie Strell in Overstrell. Sponsored by All Valley Stainless, Buckholz Trucking, Strell Machine Works, and Pearson Transport, as well as Gary, Grandpa Gary. The horn, Brooke, the horn! Beautiful. Gee, it brings tears to my eyes. Okay, Brookie has been running pretty good. She ran an 8.2, a 7.0, and an 8.0. Let's drop out one of those 8s. Hitting the power down, a little jump in the middle. Oh, yeah, put that speed right there. A 7.4. She's losing one of those 8s right now. Proud pop over there, Stevie. This must be Aria. Aria Sirius in Ruby. Wants to thank Dave's Off-Road Racing for all the help. Oh yeah, she's been running 7 6s all day. A 6.606. She'll drop that 7 like a hot potato. Good job, Aria. Now we got Rylan Humphrey in Snake Tongue. Wants to thank Mom and Dad. Well, the flag's all tangled up. That's what's slowing you down, buddy. Tangled flag. A 906. So he got rid of one of the 10s, a 9067. Good job by Rylan. All right, here he comes. Geraldton, nice looking 79 Ford. Now, folks, I don't even notice it's got the square. Well, there's no headlights in it, but there would 73 through 79 body styles all the same. However, in 78 and part of 79, they went to the square headlights for a short period of time, so you can tell them apart. Yeah, he's banging gears in there too. Nicely done, a 5.1. Now, Civic Duty is sponsored by Mudhawk Motorsports. My man Graham Hawkins got his shirt on. Fraser Valley Engine and Machining Limited. Nevco Automatic Transmissions and Strell Machine Works, as well as, there they are again, Lordco. Hats off to Lordco for stepping up. Now, Ian in Civic Duty has been laying down some pretty good times. A 4.1, a 3.6, and a 3.8. He wants to drop that 4.1 and turn it to a 3-something right here. Ian Brewster in Civic Duty. Yes, sir, a 3.824 straight down the gut. Nice job. Nice job by Ian Brewster. There's the kid, Austin Brian. The boy wonders his dad, Lee. And his bright red down and dirty shirt. I also have one of those shirts. Paid full retail too, by the way. All right, folks, this is going to be good. This is side-by-side. Side-by-side old school mud racing. Couple of high horsepower machines. Oh, he's spraying. He ain't playing, folks. He's spraying. All right, let's get a good one going here, guys. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, a little heart attack special. A 3:03.2 for Ronda and another 2:9.46 for the Boy Wonder. Good job. Now that's a nice race. Should be proud, Lee. That was a good job by the kid there. Renee Stern in my side here. In that dark colored black and blue Ford Ranger called Black and Blue Knights. Going against Aaron Brewster. This is Ian, the Civic Duty. This is his son in his old race car called Mud, Sweat, and Beer. Now, when Aaron was younger, we used to call it Mud, Sweat, and Root Beer. Lady driver, young fella on the spectator side, a young lady on this side. Should be a good one, folks. Now, Aaron ran a 4.0 last time. Aaron was on fire last time. Let's see what he's got for you this time, folks. Oh yeah, 3.8. He'll be happy with that. So will his dad. A 3.850 for Aaron. And a 5.461 for Renee Stern in Black and Blue Knights. Special thanks to Bruce for all the help and Drew at Full Force Fab, as well as Graham Mudhawk Hawkins. Now we're into the tractor class, folks, the E class. This is Eric Vanderby. It's just one more, sponsored by Top Notch Drainage, Albion Tire, DJB Excavation. Going against Steve Wirtz in Rowdy, sponsored by BS Racing. Steve Wirtz out of Prince George, BC. Eric Vanderby out of Surrey, BC. Now, Eric ran a 7.1 last time. A 6.591. Now, Eric went less than 10 feet. If you go less than 10 feet, which is hard to do, it's not very long, we'll send you back and give you a rerun. Oh, there's Dave Davies in the Outlaw. Sponsored by Western Canadian Rockwell Northwest Suspension, 100 Mile Horsepower Ranch. Going up against his wife, Leanna Davies and Hell on Heels. Husband and wife team, folks. How many of you guys are voting for Leanna, the president in the purple truck? All right, guys. How many of you guys are voting for Dave in the orange Outlaw? Nobody. Nobody is voting for Dave. Dave, we love you, but no one's voting for you, buddy. Just get it done anyways. Husband and wife, it's on! A 4.192 for Leanna and a 4.231 for Dave. Right about now, Leanna's saying, honey, I like my steak medium rare. Marty, sponsored by Martco Insulation in Northern Voodoo. Now, Marty ran some pretty good times. A 4.2, a 4.3, and a 4.4. Oh yeah, right down there, shoot, another 4.4. So a 4.420. This last one was a 4.4. Yeah, that's gonna be his throwaway. 4.41. Now Marty should have been going side by side with Harry Canary here, Chris Fawcett. However, because of that rear steer, they almost had an accident yesterday, and again it happened today, so they ran him solo. Safety first. Mud Racing family in that 76. A 76 Mazda pickup. I bet you folks didn't even know Mazda made a pickup in 1976. They weren't big sellers. I think they sold 7. And here's one of them right here. Now Ellie drove yesterday and Chris drives today. Ellie had a 4.7 and a 4.3 and Chris had a 5.5. So Chris wants to beat his wife, if nothing else. A 4.7, nice job. Not nice enough to beat Ellie, but a nice job nonetheless there, Chris. A 4.739. Ellie, you still got him. Jordan Keeneker in heavy metal. Sponsored by 100 Mile Horse. You gotta do this, Jordan. This is for the male species. This is for all us guys. Now, the husband and wife again. This is Leanna's sister in Ballbreaker, Krista. Now, Leanna beat Dave. Can Jordan beat Krista? Or will it be a sister sweep? Come on, Jordan. Go, Jordan, go! Oh, yeah, Jordan! Oh, Jordan, you kicked her. You kicked her butt. A 5-0-5-2, and he's like, yeah, I like my steak medium rare as well. Dave, cook us up a couple steaks. Now, of course, his 5-minute clock was a bit long because we chose to race some more vehicles. That's on us. He was ready within the allotted 5 minutes. So let's see. This thing, I kind of jinxed him last time. I was saying what a good running truck it is, but I'm going to take a chance to say it again. This thing normally runs quite well. Of course, having a maniac behind the wheel always helps. Eric Vandermeer, and just one more. Oh yeah, they always run good in the shutdown. So was that on me? Did I jinx them again? 7-3-2-2. This is Bella Vandermeer. Junior. Last year she was a junior, now she's running the real deal. A 5-1. We got the young Colby Fawcett here. Last year, like I said earlier, he was a junior racer. Now he's racing the real deal, sponsored by Lorco Fortins. Special thanks to Mom, Dad, Dougie Jewell, Ian Brewster, Pete Hopkins, Clay Stern, Tony, Tanner and Hunter, and Mud Hawk Motorsports. He's in the stable. He's on my shirt right now. Little Bird, Colby Fawcett from the Fawcett Racing family. Now they're slowly turning that thing up, a 5-6-5-2. So Colby had a 5-8. He had a 6-5. He'll drop that 6-5 and go with 3 5s. Good job, Colby. A nice variant. Brian Fraser in the spectator side, that big red Chevrolet, Chevy Silverado, sponsored by High Five Earthworks and King of the Oilfield Welding. Out of McBride, BC, came quite a ways to be here. Going against Marie Weisbeck. This is Ricky. This is Ricky Blackwell's sister. First time ever. This marks her 4th pass. 2 yesterday and 2 today. She got a little faster each time. She hails out of Kamloops, BC, driving her sister's truck, Independence 81 Chevy Scottsdale. Now Marie ran 706571. Oh yeah, she's got him. She's got him. Yeah, 6-7. Now remember, that redneck runaway seemingly had transmission issues last pass. It was making a lot of noise but not going very good. He ran a 7-8-3-0. That'll probably end up being his throwaway. Next up, we got Alex McAbee, who turned 30 yesterday. Young kid in the Booger. He's set to do battle with Austin Smith and Bad Habit. Austin sponsored by A&J Roofing, Ken's Marine, Silver Fox Hot Shot Service. This little Toyota has been running good all weekend, making some nice clean passes. The Booger, Alex McAbee, sponsored by Bart's Muffin Stuff and Sasquatch Off-Road. Now the Booger ran a 4-4-9-4 for Austin Smith. He will keep that, drop a 4-8. Now we've got the Kraken against the Whiskey Girl. This is Brian Barkhouse in Whiskey Girl, that orange Chevy K10, red, orangey red, going against the Kraken Lenda Tour. Lenda Tour hails out of Langley, BC. Brian Barkhouse out of Chilliwack, BC. Lenda Tour and the Kraken, sponsored by Tim's Trailer Repairs, OK Tire, TFE Customs. Special thanks to Jordan Keenecker. Barkhouse, sponsored by Legacy Metal Finishes and Amex Cutting and Coring. A 6.232 for Lenda Tour and a 8.496. Now here he is himself, Mr. RPM, Corey Lipchinski. In street mod class, now just check, I said it before, I say it every time, check out the RPM on this little, he's just so mean to this little motor. This class brought to you by Rocco's Diner down in Mission, British Columbia. This is Mr. RPM, Corey Lipchinski. Nicely done, a 5.848. Yeah, Corey ran it, that'll be his throwaway, turns out. He ran a lot of fives. This is Owen in Big Red. He's running a 6.0, a 5.9, and a 6.7. He wants to drop one of those sixes here. He's sponsored by Pat's Driveline, Sunrise Ford, and the 100 Mile House. Wants to thank Nicole for all the time and effort getting ready to race. Out of Lone Butte, BC, in the 91 Jeep YJ, Owen in Big Red. Can he drop out one of his sixes? A 6.4, so he had, what did he have? He'll drop a 6.7. So he did improve, 3/10. Good job, Owen. Tabby Barkhouse. She says here she wants to thank Legacy Metal Finish, Polish, and AMAC Cutting and Coring. A big thanks to her cheerleading crowd, which isn't here this weekend. Oh, I didn't even know this. I'll tell you that. Go, Tabby, go. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good side by side. Oh, a little wiggle at the end. Coster. A 7.045 for Tabby Barkhouse and a 6.858 for Christina McCarthy. In the meantime, there's Austin Smith again in his other truck. Back in black. Sponsored by A&J Roofing, Ken's Marine, Silver Fox Hotshot. Going against Ricky Blackwell at Independence and an 81 Chev Scottsdale. So it's the black Chevy on your side is Ricky. The black Chevy on my side is Austin. Ricky wants to thank EMC, that's Extreme Machines Custom, our man Dano Wishart. Well, folks, Austin has her number today, a 5.088 for Austin Smith and a 6.976. So here we got Cale Bath in the 8-runner. That's a Toyota 4Runner with a V8 in it, 350 Chevy in there. Going against Robert Russell, the Boneyards. Guy's got a 6-liter in here. Obviously not a 6-liter Ford, obviously. Send it. Oh yeah, Cale Bath got that time, a 7.018 for Cale Bath. Now again, we talked about this last round. Watch how this thing noses down. The engine's right at the very front. It's not really made for this. But you know what? Doesn't slow him down one bit. Nice job. A 6.016 for Chris Forrest in Rowdy. Now Leanna has some really good passes. She had a 5.0, a 4.5, and a 4.4. I think that 4.4 is the fastest of the class. Good job, Leanna. And she had some pretty good air, but her man Dave took the air last round. Let's see what Leanna Sky Job Davies has in store for you folks. Oh, yeah! You see the rear engine, how that thing lands so flat? Nicely done by Leanna Davies. Nicely done. Got the rear steer going. This is Dave Davies. That's a pretty nice looking jump that your wife just did, Dave. Make us proud, fella. This is your last pass of the weekend, man. Make us proud. Lay one out here. Folks, Dave Davies in the Outlaw. He's going to do it, man. He's going to lay one down right here, right now. Or not. I jinxed him. No, he got a little bit out of shape there, and he had to let off on that last jump. He was going up a little bit sideways. Still a 4.606, good pass. Now Krista Humphrey in the ball breaker. Sponsored by 100 Mile Horsepower Ranch. Krista ran 5.7, 5.3, 5.5. Again, a front engine that lands with it. Look at that front suspension, just soak it up. Nice job, a 5.629. Yeah, Jordan runs equipment at all of our races. He's a hell of an equipment operator. Every equipment operator, talk to Jordan. Come on, big guy, there we go. One more, keep it on the throttle. Yeah, nice. A 5.697 for Jordan Keener. Good job, buddy. Through the hill and hole here, we'll be going into street class, sponsored by Girthy Logs and Marshall Mechanical. This is the flat deck Chevy. This is Pirate's Ship. Sam Jones, sponsored by Thunder Valley Contractor. Sammy J is contracting and High Five Earthworks, going against Valemount local Arnold Merrill in the green machine. 79 Dodge Power Wagon, got a 360 with an automatic in there. Wants to thank Ptarmigan Towing out of Valemount for all the help. And again, this is just a case in point, folks, where you can get into this sport pretty cheap. Now, his front wheels are not turning and his back wheels are. You can get into this sport quite inexpensively. Get yourself an old pickup truck, start stripping it down, fixing it up, making it go faster, get a set of tires next payday kind of thing. And boom, you're a mud racer, man. And it's fun. Follow the circuit. Now, I'm going to guess he's going to just try it anyways in two-wheel drive, because that's what mud racers do. They run them into the ground. There goes Arnold. Yeah, he got through, not bad. A 7.751 for Arnold Merrill and a 9.918. Justin Price in Relentless. That 98 Chev 1500 sponsored by RX Wood Industries, Bar Maxwell Trucking, Wild Acres Ranch, McDonald's, and Lorco, going against Richard Larson in backup on a Powell River, British Columbia, sponsored by Larson Towing and Recovery, and that nice looking 94 Jeep YJ. And they're off. Oh yeah, good one, good one. Justin Price just pulling it out at the end there with a 6.255. Now we've got my man Curtis Rickaby. Curtis, I don't know if you heard, but that FM transmitter is working again. Hopefully you got a radio on there, buddy. In that 75 Blazer, sponsored by John Vernon Grading out of Chilliwack, Precision Service and Pumps out of Abbotsford, going against Daryl Paul in the big 85 GMC step side. Oh, wow, what a nice, a 5.6 for Daryl Paul and a 5.714 for Curtis Rickaby, very close. Now we've got Robert Russell in the Boneyard. Send it. Going up against Wade Uberman in front over 50. Wade sponsored by Peterbilt out of Houston, BC. Sullivan Motor Products of Northwest Fuels and Lorco again. He hails out of Houston, BC. Oh yeah, Uberman's getting it done this weekend, folks. A 6.301 for Wade and a 7.790 for Chilliwack's Williams Lake's very own Robert Russell in Boneyard. That Bronco over there is Chad Code and Jägermeister too. Wants to thank his Dr. Frank and Harris Road Chiropractic, keeping him upright in that 87 Bronco, going against the Zombie Moose, sponsored by Big Time Motors, Lordco, Extreme Machines, All Their Steel, Bubba's Speed Shop, Titanium Duplicolor, North Island Tree Service, Pit Crew Darren Davis and Debbie Urin. This is Ashley Davis! I said Ashley Davis! She's got her own cheering section every race, folks. And yes, we do work on that. A 9.229 for Chad. Let her rip, Ashley. In the Zombie Moose. Oh yeah, she's got one going here. Nice, a little 6.540. I think that's a keeper. This is Jacqueline Larson. In backup out of Powell River. Like I said earlier, they take a couple ferries, they drive the hill, that is the Vancouver corridor, and then they pound up the Coquihalla. Man, great to have you here. From Powell River, BC, Jacqueline Larson in backup, pulling gears. A 7.222. Where's that 7.2 fall into her weekend? She's gonna drop away. Mr. Backman driving Bruce. Bruce, of course, is the name of the shark in Finding Nemo. I bet you guys knew that because I told you last time.